debunked that. As far as an explosion that happened in the mausoleum that tore all the caskets out of there, I don't think we'll ever know. Everybody says there has been one, but anybody who had any connection to the cemetery going that far back is long since dead. So, does it look like there was an explosion in there? Absolutely. But I've seen a lot of houses and places that look like there's been an explosion, and it doesn't necessarily mean something paranormal happened there. Now, the first thing we try to do when we're in places is get EVPs. For a little bit of history, if you want it, EVPs just stands for electronic voice phenomenon, and it doesn't really take much to get that on a an audio recorder. So basically, you're just buying an audio recorder, walking around and asking questions. And strangely enough, sometimes you get answers to your questions, and sometimes if you're dead silent, you just might get different voices talking or whatever you happen to record. Sometimes it's animal noises, but they're there. And one of the myths about them that was out there was maybe, these EVPs that people find are the fact that, there's radio signals out there. That sometimes radio signals can kind of get crossed and things like that, and those get picked up by EVP recorders. But EVP recorders don't transmit on that frequency. They're just a regular voice recorder, so that wouldn't really get picked up. And two is sometimes people get actual answers to the questions they have. So if you were to do this and say, per se, ask, if you were someplace, is there anyone here with us now? Can you give us a sign that you're here? And you have a voice not out loud actually answer you, but answer you on your recorder, and it's to a specific question you ask, then it's kind of unlikely that that's going to be a radio frequency happening. So, yes, sometimes that does happen. So what we'd like to do right now is, did we get EVPs up there? Yes, we have. We've gotten a couple in the past, but a couple of them really stand out. One of them that really stands out is the fact that on camera up there, you see me asking, is there anyone here with me now? Now, we actually got an answer on one of these, and if we can kind of mosey on over here to the laptop. Now, what this is just kind of a regular audio program that you can get for your laptop. This happens to be Audacity, and what Audacity does is, when you get your voice recorder, which this happens to be the one we used, you plug it into here, and this will take down anything you have. Now, sometimes you get a lot of what they call white noise, which could be just your feet walking around. It could be a lot of background noise if there happens to be traffic or anything like that. But what you basically want to do is get rid of any of the background noise, and after you ask something, kind of look into it and see if you actually get anything. Now, what you're going to hear on this kind of louder part there, is me asking one of our mantras when we're at these places, is there anyone here with us now? Now, a couple meters down here, about right there, you're going to hear a voice say, yes. Now, when I first heard this, I did not hear it myself. I just kind of glossed over it, and it sounded actually like a burp, honestly. Now, I know I didn't burp while I was there, but this is actually a voice saying yes back. So, if we can listen here, we'll jack this up for you. Bing. Alright. And I'll click. There.
Is there anyone here with me now?
Now, you can clearly hear, is there anyone here with me now? There's no problem with that. Now we're going to look at this part right here. Because this is where we're looking for the yes. Now, if you're noticing, the sound's going to sound a little different here. Which is right there. And just one more time. Now, to me anyway, that is clearly a voice saying yes. Now, this, to a paranormal investigator anyway, is kind of like striking gold. If a lot of people go out and they go for EVPs, a lot of times you're just going to get kind of random things. You'll hear a voice saying hello, you'll hear a voice saying hi, you'll hear a voice that basically sounds like it's talking like it's not even going on with you. Now, in this case, this is actual interaction. This is somebody asking, is there anyone here with us now? And a voice answering yes. So that's kind of gold to get when you're out. So we were very happy with that. Now, the thing that kind of makes EVPs kind of boring to watch, to you guys, is the fact that you don't really hear EVPs firsthand. So when you're out there walking by yourself in the woods, and you're just saying, is there anyone here with me now? You're not going to hear anything. But when you get home and sometimes you go over some of your hours and hours of footage, that's when you can really, get there and kind of tune everything out and just listen to hear what you got. Another thing we have was Mr. Smith was in the mausoleum. And when he was in the mausoleum, he reported up to me saying that he was kind of getting a white mist down there, and he knew it was in his breath. Now, breath when it comes out, when it's cold, looks kind of basically almost clear. Now, this is more of a thick white mist. So, okay. The next thing that we got was a shadow kind of moving across. And the other thing we got on video that I think sticks out even far more than the EVP we got was when we were in the mausoleum. Now, Mr. Smith had the camera on me and it was kind of at my back, and I was out there and I was doing the whole, is there anyone here with us now? Can you give us, if you can't hear me, can you give us a gender? And just kind of asking questions. Now, at this point, of course, unbeknownst to me, something came in through the window, stood there, circled, and left. And all of a sudden, apparently I heard a noise, I heard something, and I kind of turned that way. Now, I did not see this firsthand. And it was right behind me, to the side of me, in front of me, wherever. And, Donnie had stopped by and he's like, look at this. And I saw this thing and nearly peed. Because when you get these things, when you have an EVP, it's not like a lot of times the recorder's far from you. So if you're walking around and the recorder's right here and you get a voice, that means something or other is right here. So if you see something like this, it was right here. Now, I didn't feel anything, have any strange sensations or anything, but there was something definitely there. And this will be marked by the circle you see, but usually circles are for stuff you don't need pointed out, but this we're circling just because it was so good. So Alright, so that was our investigation of Forest Park Cemetery. I do think it definitely has earned the reputation that it has. As far as, nobody being buried there and an explosion in the mausoleum and all that stuff, it doesn't really matter if that stuff happened, because the place obviously has some stuff going on there. Definitely get permission before you go there. It's kind of posted all around the place. And it definitely needs to be posted because, as we showed in the video, people like to go to places like this and trash it, knock it over, because they have nothing better to do. So, they post these things there to kind of protect the property, as dilapidated as it looks. But it's, if you do get permission and you're there for the right reasons, it's a great place to kind of visit and get whatever you want to get from it. I've yet to go there and do one of these things and not get something. So it's definitely worth going to. And that's it. We thank you for hanging out, watching our show, whatnot. And we'll see you in our next episode. Thanks.